Very brief video today on Out of Mind, a 1998 telefilm directed by one Raymond St. John, not based on any Lovecraft text in particular, rather it amalgamates several of them. It takes several continuities of Lovecraft's work, and we used to give a story about a younger man receiving an inherited book, a copy of the Necronomicon, from a deceased great uncle or uncle he didn't know he had, and then he subsequently becomes obsessed, as one would if they received a Necronomicon, a legitimate Necronomicon, a supposedly fictional book composed by H.P. Lovecraft, or devised by H.P. Lovecraft, actually exists. And you're sent it. A particularly long film, about 56 minutes in length. I really liked it. It doesn't have too many of the telefilm trappings that a 1990s feature could have, for example, bleeders, although what it does have is something extremely moody and something which, if any of these adaptations I've discussed so far resembles the work of H.P. Lovecraft to the point wherein it's difficult to imagine. I read a review where it claimed, and I happen to agree, I think, now that I read that, it's difficult to imagine this film appealing to non-Lovecraft fans. Though if one is familiar with Lovecraft's work, and more importantly, if one admires his work, I think it's possible, if not extremely, if not inevitable, to enjoy 1998's Out of Mind. It's silly, I suppose. One could critique the acting. Actually, the two lead performances, when they're in the... I don't think this will spoil too much. When they're in the present day, I thought their performances are very strong, actually. Watching it now without too many expectations, it's quite easy to enjoy, I think, if one likes Lovecraft. There's free sources of, free review sources I read on the film. One was a little user review on IMDb, which was very positive. And then there was DVD Talk and DVD Verdict. It's interesting there was a time when there were so many DVD review websites, which was... this is kind of the first time you could review films as though they were, like LPs or novels, right? Like, prior, the VHS was not a sufficient copy of a film. Later we would find out that neither was most DVD transfers, although that's a whole other thing. Out of Mind, it's not quite as well received by the DVD Talk and DVD Verdict. Actually, Don't Shoot the Messenger, but DVD Talk goes so far as to suggest that it would be easy to write off H.P. Lovecraft as an overrated hack. Don't Shoot the Messenger. Although, it is what it is, right? They go on to claim he's not a hack, just to be clear, and that he's a great horror writer and all that. I just find that interesting. I'll read out what it says, and I don't mean to call out John Sinnott. I sincerely don't. And I know I've gotten a few subscribers over the very H.P. Lovecraft Christmas. None of you devotees of Cthulhu, I don't want any of you to attack this dude either. Just to be clear. After all, his plots are very simple more often than not. There's frequently little in the way of character development, and his prose is turgid and opaque. Indeed, critics have all raised those points and more, especially the way he labels the creature as indescribably horrific, only to describe it 2 pages later. But these people miss the point. See, there you go. I was quoting the John Sinnott review just there. The period portions of this film, I will say, are extremely strong. The sequence wherein it showed off a little bit in my screen caps, where we meet a particularly mad doctor/scientist character who's wrestling with some unknown beast from behind a curtain, coming back with much blood on his gloves. That's a brilliantly devised sequence right there, in my opinion. Anyway, I hope everyone is absolutely well as can be. It's very rainy right here in Sydney, and well, I like having an excuse. I like having an excuse to not feel guilty about staying indoors and watching films. That's all I'll say. Anyway, have a great day, night, wherever you are. I hope everyone is absolutely well. I guess I would be watching the World Cup, but as far as I'm concerned, a real game takes place over the course of 5 days. Was very happy with Australia's bowling performance yesterday, although I frankly think the batting could have been a little bit better. Nevertheless, I hope it improves today. If we're not rained out, that is. Hey, I hope everyone is as well as can be again. Have a great one.